Welcome back to Yo React, creepy TikToks that will make you rethink part 12. I hope y'all are ready. And if this is your first time coming across this channel, welcome. I'm your girl, Yo, and be sure to hit that like and subscribe and turn your notifications on. That way you're notified each time I upload. Now, you know what? Let's get right into it.
When you get to a certain level, okay, you're gonna have to get down with certain things, all right? Now, in 1995, okay, when Selena was murdered, all right, there was a young man, a young teen, who aided her from the attack. You know, she was on her way running out of the situation, and the young teen came to her aid and, you know, tried to help her. And she said to the young guy, help me, they're trying to kill me. All right. And, you know, once Selena was murdered, that young teen was never to be found again. All right. Now, like I said, when you get down with this stuff, all right, when you get down with this stuff, you're in it for you're in it for good. Okay. Now, it is said that Yolanda was the fall person in this situation, okay? Because Selena had some devastating information on her at the time, okay? That was going to go public if she didn't agree to certain terms.
You understand the loss of her to her fans.
It's tremendous. And not only to them, but to me.
But they want to know why you killed her.
I won't discuss that.
Why not?
Because the truth is not out.
So tell it.
Not in a court of law.
You've had your day in court. Why didn't you tell it then?
I was not given an opportunity to defend myself. I was represented, which is different.
Yolanda, at that time, your life depended on it. If there is this information that, if it doesn't exonerate you, at least gives context as to why Selena Quintanilla is dead, why would you not have demanded that that be presented in court to spare your life?
If I knew then what I know now, you can rest assured that my trial wouldn't have gone the way it is, or that it was.
This is a letter that your family has said you received here in prison. Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Renzo Salinas, who Yolanda says she and Selena met while doing business in Mexico in early '95. The Texas Department of Corrections confirms the letters were mailed from outside the prison. But during an exhaustive 7-month investigation, Behind the Music was unable to find Lorenzo Salinas or confirm his existence.
He tells me exactly what I've been saying all along.
Which is what?
That he feels his conscience is killing him because he knows the truth, and he knows that he feels that, or he thinks that I have things that will eventually say it all. And
do you?
Yes.
That's crazy. She whispered yes when the reporter asked, does she have proof?
Every time I go to America, I dread that experience because in 1 week, I put on a pound. If I spend 2 weeks in the United States, even if I'm eating the exact same foods I'm eating here in Europe, put on a pound a week. When I come back to Europe, I immediately start shedding weight. Here in Europe, I drink very little. I eat a ton of bread. I love carbs. I love the pasta here. I do not put on weight. As soon as I set foot in any state in the United States, I start getting bloated.
Well, you are surrounded by pesticides and herbicides at much higher levels. The water quality in the US is lower. And what's going on there is you're not actually putting on a pound of fat. You're putting on a pound of inflammation. It's hard to put a pound of fat on in 1 week. Your cells, instead of turning that air and food into electricity and heat, they were turning it into inflammation. And then as soon as you came back here and you cleared the toxins, then you felt better. One of the reasons that I can live in the US and I can be as lean and fit as I am is that I upregulated all of my detox pathways so that I can handle the toxic environment that the government in the US created for us.
Around the same time that John D. Rockefeller seized U.S. media, he also hijacked U.S. medicine. When it was discovered that drugs could be produced from petroleum, America's top oil mogul ordered his army of propagandists to invert reality accordingly. Medicines used for thousands of years were suddenly classified as alternative, while the new, petroleum-based, highly addictive, and patentable drugs were declared the gold standard. After buying a German pharmaceutical company that manufactured chemicals of war for Adolf Hitler, Rockefeller leveraged his political influence by pressing Congress to declare natural healing modalities unscientific quackery. Rockefeller then took control of the American Medical Association and began offering massive grants to top medical schools under the mandate that only his approved curriculum be taught.
I own you now.
Any mention of the healing powers of herbs, plants, and diet was erased from most textbooks.
We do it every year. It's always a lot of fun. Let's get started. Our first caress.
Notice lightning came after she fell. Here's the interesting thing. Whenever God speaks, there are times he'll speak in parables. You remember when Jesus was here, he would speak in parables, and the parables would be in link to things that people understood in their days, such as fishermen and fishing, right? Nowadays, people understand things like talk shows. So think it not strange that you have Wendy Williams with America attire on, and she falls. What's the parable about? That America will fall unless she repents.
This is Hollywood.
Why is it that prisoners are given food and water, but homeless people are not?
I've been a flight attendant for 6 years. It's a hypersexualized and glorified job. Because of the intense pressure of trying to conform to the beauty standards of these airlines, a lot of flight attendants would resort to plastic surgery. I personally know a flight attendant who passed away on the surgery table from doing liposuction. Some of them would utilize drugs such as heroin, cocaine, meth, or ice to keep their weight down. You get crews who are on psychotic medicine and they're still flying. During an emergency, you are not mentally fit to handle those scenarios. It's dog wool. You are supposed to fend for yourself. You're being prostituted to serve powerful figures. This passenger requested one of my colleagues to accompany him for dinner. And the next day, 2 of his bodyguards were outside of her hotel room to take her to see him. You just have to agree in order for you to still have your job. You have no power at all.
So they want you to lose weight to be a flight attendant and sleep with the customers? Not gonna happen.
You want to check with the bank to see who's in the property?
Who are you?
Hi. You are currently being recorded.
To answer the door right now, but if you'd like to leave a message, you can do it now.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah. You want to check with the bank to see who's in the property?
Who are you?
I'm with the main property management company for the bank, and we're here to do an occupancy check to see if anyone's in the residence.
You can get off my property because you don't look like you're from the fucking bank.
Well, I got paperwork for it. I just doing pictures and going.
No, get off my property, dude. Get off my fucking property. Crackhead.
I'm with ADD Security. I just wanted to stop by, let you guys know there's been some break-ins in the neighborhood. I'll leave a pamphlet on the side of the house, and just give us a call if you guys are interested in any type of home security.
Now you gotta make sure you ain't opening your door for nobody. People be coming to your house with all kind of scams.
Was Prince sacrificed part 2? Shirt, black pants, black boxers,
That's what he's
black
wearing.
socks.
Yeah.
Geez, I never even realized that. That's the exact same.
That's what he's wearing. Yeah. Just that to a T, that's what he's wearing.
He died in that.
Your brother passed away. What was that like for you?
It wasn't hard at all. It was a 2-second phone call. He's gone. I had been preparing for 2 years, so I knew that it was coming.
What does that mean?
He said it a couple of years ago.
What would he say?
What he said was, I've done everything that I've come to do. So I was crushed.
Exhibit A. Here's a modern day phone. Recognize it? Here's a phone from 150 years ago. Big difference, right? Stay with me. Here's a car from today. And here's a car from 150 years ago. Big difference, right? Well, get this. Here's a classroom of today. And here's a class we used 150 years ago. Now ain't that a shame? In literally more than a century, nothing has changed. Yet you claim to prepare students for the future? But with evidence like that, I must ask, do you prepare students for the future or the past? I did a background check on you and let the record show that you were made to train people to work in factories, which explains why you put students...
Something that really hit home about this phenomena of chemtrails. And, you know, when I was a kid, I used to see these trails in the sky all the time, and so that's cool. A jet just went over. And then you started to see a whole bunch of them. And next thing you know, everybody in your neighborhood was fighting and arguing, and you didn't know why. Okay, and you really didn't know why. I mean, everybody was fighting. So he started riffing about the chemtrails, and he started to say things that hit home so hard. And I would recommend that everybody try to get what he said online or wherever and try to get a copy of it and just listen to it, because I was so moved that I had to write the song. The other thing is the first line of the song says I was born on the same plantation in the United States of the red, white, and blue. And we live in a place now that feels just about like a plantation. We're all indentured servants, you know. When I found out there were 8 presidents before George Washington, I wanted to smack somebody. You know, I wanted to know why I was taught otherwise. Ever since my third album, I wasn't really taking large advances from the recording companies. I was recording the albums myself in my own studio. So the way I looked at it, I owned the work because I paid for it. And I did all the work. I created it, so I felt like it should belong to me. That said, the companies felt otherwise, and they would always hold this contract up and say, well, you signed it. And I say, well, I understand that. It's not like I want to leave. I just want to, you know, talk about this thing and see if we can't make it more fair. Of course, they wouldn't change, because if they changed, they wouldn't really exist. And that's kind of the situation we're in right today. They're not going to exist much longer. Yeah, kids today, I mean, they're so talented and sophisticated. I mean, they can create their albums on laptops. They can do the artwork themselves. They can deliver it through the internet. They can be their own distribution service. I mean, what do we really need record companies for? I'm just trying to talk to them, and it's not like we're against them or anything like that. The idea is that we find better ways of working with one another. It shouldn't be a situation where they own the album or the work. We're talking about intellectual copyrights. They'll probably edit all this out, but I'm going to say it anyways. That said, if we can work together, then it's going to be, you know, everybody will kind of move into a situation where they do what it is that they're qualified to do. If they're going to be indeed a delivery service, then that's fine. But even FedEx doesn't say that they own the thing that they ship.
That's right.
Right? We're going to make a copy, and we're going to keep this here, and then we'll make a copy and give to everybody else.
Isn't it ironic that Whitney Houston dies the same way that Jimi Hendrix dies? In a tub, in a hotel, allegedly from drugs. And we know why Jimi Hendrix was murdered, the greatest guitarist of all time, because Jimi Hendrix wanted to finance the Black Panther Party, but he didn't know that his agent, his manager, was an MI6 British intelligence agent. Damn. And Prince was murdered because Prince didn't want to sell his unpublished music to Warner Brothers. And Michael Jackson was murdered because he didn't want to sell the Beatles catalog back to Sony Records. And R. Kelly went to jail because Sony Records wanted his catalog. R. Kelly is not in jail for pedophilia, although that's wrong and he should be if he's guilty. But that ain't why he there. White folks been knew he was doing what he was doing. R. Kelly didn't go to jail till R. Kelly started questioning control of his masters. Bill Cosby goes to jail because the second largest oil company in the world wanted to drill under his home in Massachusetts and he wouldn't let them. And the reason they brought up the lawsuit with the ugly old white women is to financially bankrupt Bill Cosby, so he got to sell the house and the oil company gets the oil. So the house? I don't know. But he out of jail though.
Wow.
Sampling is getting to the point where it's out of hand too. I mean, pretty soon we'll be sampling the sample that was already sampled. There's a disintegration going on that we really have to address. And our values have been lessened to a great degree. VH1's been pretty cool. They don't show too much craziness on their channel, but other Viacom channels do. So I think that we should address this as a community as to what it's doing to the culture.
Do you feel responsible as an artist
Very
for
much so.
what you're putting? Do you think that other people do?
No, I don't. The truth is that you either are here to enlighten or discourage.
How do you measure your success?
By who was the rapper? Masterpiece said, "Only God can judge me." There it is. Only God can judge me.
That business is crazy. It's a shame what they did to Prince. But that's Hollywood for you.
He's been putting up videos on YouTube, and he is now the #1 most subscribed to musician in Canada on YouTube. And number 20th in the world.
Are you hearing this?
Flown out to Atlanta just to meet with him and meet different producers and different people. I was actually going to meet Jermaine Dupri at his studio.
How did you find Justin?
I saw him online for the first time. My family, friends had all told me that you're a fool if you don't go meet this kid.
Yes.
So I called up my partner, Scooter, and we came together and we met. He sang my song for me.
Yeah.
Better than
Which
me
one?
at the time.
You got it bad. Really?
Yep.
He had a higher pitch, so it was a little bit better.
Surviving Hollywood, Justin Bieber Part 1. Man, let me tell you, this man was like the new age Bow Wow. He was manipulated, tossed around, went to almost all the producers, man. Diddy, Jermaine Dupri, man, like, man, if we were a fly on the wall, this man's life is crazy, man. He went from being a pop star to being Christian to meeting his crazy now girlfriend that stalked him literally for years just to be in the position that she's in right now. This is all alleged, but we just gonna go through this man's storyline and how he got to a point where he's at right now.
You know, I think it's just crazy when you get in that business, especially when you're a child.
Look at this shit behind. Y'all see this? Look at this. Look at this behind Canelo. What are they doing? Y'all see that? I'm not even worried about what he's saying. I'm worried about what they're showing in the background. Why would they bring this thing up in a fight that is literally publicized worldwide? Look at that.
Now, was that Chewbacca or Sasquatch? I ain't never seen nothing like that in the boxing ring.
Atlanta, did you hear the news? They are literally trying to turn ATL into China. Georgia Power and AT&T have teamed up and created these LED streetlights with sensor-enabled data network in order to see your every move, y'all. Check this out. You're not going to like it.
Power crews have been working to repair and replace streetlights in and around Metro Atlanta.
The sensors can record outdoor temperature, capture pedestrian and vehicle movement, and record audio and video.
Drone 2 flew over the Thomasville Heights neighborhood.
So the device attaches very nicely to the light, and it's blends in quite nicely. And it's got two cameras, 2 audio sensors, edge processing capabilities, which is really great and allows you to do a lot more than just kind of sending full video files back. And supports multiple connectivity options, like cellular is what we're leveraging today, but it can also support fiber and Bluetooth as well.
Officials held a news conference Wednesday night to discuss the progress they've made with the Light Up the Night program, where they plan to go next. 2024 marks year 3 of the ongoing initiative and the latest efforts in the old Adamsville neighborhood.
The next year, we're going to increase that by 20,000 more lights. Lighting up the night.
Is that the people monitoring the cameras have the ability to move those cameras 360 degrees. They can zoom in and out on whatever's happening in the area of the camera. We have highly trained civilian personnel. Not only are they monitoring radio traffic, they have the ability to communicate directly with the officers on the street, and they're also proactively monitoring, looking for criminal activity. For example, there was a monitor that observed animal abuse, and they were able to call that out, and the suspect was apprehended at a short distance from where the observation was made.
We also have camera programs that allow that where we own and operate.
I find it very fascinating how they can find people who are committing animal abuse, but there are millions of children missing worldwide, but nobody can find them children. Nobody can find those children. Amazing. But we are getting new technology each and every single day. So maybe ATL surveillance system can aid in helping finding these children, because all these other surveillance systems they have around the world has not been doing their job. What are these surveillance systems for if it were not for these bad guys? Because I be telling you, man, the people who are doing it are at the top. That's why. But y'all see what's going on with ATL. This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I'm only raising awareness to interesting situations during this interesting times. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, comment, and share for more videos like this. Thank you for tuning to my frequency. Let's get this shift. Peace out.
Conscious ones. Conscious ones. Please tune into your inner being to receive an important download.
As the universe may deliver what you need in unexpected ways and timing.
It's all on you now, Divine One. The ball's in your court. Everything that you have been desiring, manifesting, your dream life, your destined reality, your highest timeline, your wish fulfillment, is on the other side of yourself, of who you are. A lot of us know exactly what it is that we need to let go of. Some of us have been overindulging. Some of us have some physical things that still have more power over us than we have over them. And those are the things that we've been experiencing the most in these past couple of weeks, especially surrounding this month of 9, September, is what I was telling everybody when this month first came around. You should be excited. You should be happy. You should be super joyful, because everything that you want is yours. You have manifested it. It does exist in the cosmos. It's just waiting on you now to catch up to that vibration, that frequency. And so it's all on you. The ball is in your court. The decisions that you make day by day do matter. Even the little things, the thoughts that you have, they do matter. Everything matters. So it's very important to be present in the present moment. Remember that the past does not exist anymore, and you can only remember fragments of it. It's an illusion. The future does exist. It is real. What you see for yourself is real, but it can only be created. It must be created, and it can only be created in the present. So the only thing that is truly real is the present moment. The ball is truly in your court.
That's it, y'all. It's a wrap. Drop down in the comments. And if you haven't already, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. As always, remember to spread love, take care, and stay curious. I'll see you in the next one. Love and light. Bye-bye.